The booty is getting big. The breasts are breasted in.
What's up, everyone? It's Books and Looks TV. Today I'm going to be talking about the influencer Aaliyah J, fat phobia, and how the public has not shown a lot of grace towards her. Of course, there has been some who has, but then the greater issue, again, of fat phobia and just how people view beauty in modern society. Aaliyah J is a YouTube beauty guru with over 1.5 million subscribers on her self-titled YouTube channel. She has been a brand ambassador for various companies, and a lot of people have credited her for being an influencer basically before it was trendy and showing a lot of Black women how to use makeup in a fashionable way. So recently, there has been controversy on her recent post where she displayed a bit of weight gain. There were men and women who shamed her online, mostly through microaggressions and comments. Microaggressions are understood as brief, commonplace, incessant, and cumulative assaults, insults, or indignities, whether verbal, behavioral, or environmental, targeted at racial, gendered, and intersecting minorities. The lens of microaggressions is appropriate because it allows us to understand both everyday discriminations motivated by fat phobia and also fat discriminations as racialized, gendered, class, and more. As Strings puts it, the phobia about fatness and the preference for thinness have been one way the body has been used to craft and legitimate race, sex, and class hierarchies. Aaliyah would basically acknowledge that she was having mental health issues and her medications caused her to gain weight.
Why, as bad bitches, we struggle with mental health issues. Things are going great and it's going to stay that way. No, life is a roller coaster. And I will forever be struggling because guess what? I'm human. This is something that humans go through. Getting on anxiety and depression medicine, the best thing I could have ever done for myself. I'm literally so happy that I believed in myself enough to take care of my mental health. I just feel like that's what bad bitches do. Like, seriously, if you're not taking care of yourself, what are you doing? Like, bad bitches take care of their business and they stand on business. If you really want to be like that girl, the first step is always to get your mental health together. When you get your mental health together, you get everything else together. Do not be afraid to get help. You're not crazy if you get help. Crazy if you don't get help, actually.
I think it's important to watch how we discuss people's bodies when they change. I know some people, Black women, who, of course, gain weight from their medications. And sometimes people don't understand, again, why people are gaining weight or that could even be an impact. I decided to look up an article that talks about managing weight gain from psychiatric medicines. And so I am not a medical professional, so be sure to do your own research. I'm just telling you about what I learned. So different psychiatric medicines can be essential for improving mental health and well-being. They often come with unwanted side effects. One particular side effect of many psychiatric medications is weight gain. So medications can increase serotonin levels in the brain, and serotonin regulates mood and affects your appetite. Yeah, this can have varying results depending on your length of treatment. Short-term use reduces impulsivity and increases satiety, which can reduce food intake and cause weight loss. However, long-term use, longer than a year, can cause downregulation of serotonin receptors, which subsequently causes cravings for carbohydrate-rich foods such as bread, pasta, and sweets that ultimately may lead to weight gain. And this is by Harvard Health Publishing. So now I'm going to play some public opinion about this topic, and then I'm going to conclude.
So on the dusty side of the things today, have y'all seen what they've been trying to say about Aaliyah J? First of all, Aaliyah J is always going to be the original it girl. She is one of those women who always has it and will never lose it. Okay? She showed all of us, even the ones that's talking about her, y'all that's talking about her, because it's not us that create content. It's not us that appreciate her content and all that she's contributed to the makeup community for us Black and brown girls. It's those of y'all who wish you could do what she's doing, wish you could go to places that she's going and has been, but you won't be able to because you can't get out that mindset you in making fun of folks. Anyway, back on topic. All it is two photos that may be from an unflattering angle. We all have pictures like that in our phone. When you give somebody the opportunity to take your picture and they don't know how to take your picture, they don't know your angles, they just point and then snap the photo. Okay, nobody's pictures looks good like that. I can't think of a person that does. So 2 unflattering photos. Y'all took that and ran with it, trying to say she let herself go. She looked bad. No, she didn't. She doesn't look bad. She did not let herself go. It's like y'all was just chilling in the cut waiting for her downfall or something to use against her because you've never had nothing before. That is the prime example of people be preying on your downfall. Aaliyah J, you look gorgeous, and we ain't studying what they saying. We appreciate everything you've contributed to the makeup community, and thank you for keeping it real enough to post pictures that were not edited to show that you are still human and normal just like the rest of us. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all are really still in 2024. Girl, Aaliyah J, you look great.
So I'm just now seeing what everybody's saying about Aaliyah J, and honestly, you guys are bullies. Me personally, I did not really know what Aaliyah J looked like before, but to me, she still looks beautiful. I don't know if it's because of the way that she did her makeup or if the light shined too bright, but y'all are straight up hating on this lady. She still looks good. And on top of that, have y'all ever thought about aging? Do y'all really think that people are gonna still look the same as they were when they were younger? Like, I don't know how old this lady is, and I don't know what she's done or whatever y'all trying to say, but to me, she's still beautiful. Like, she's really pretty. So I'm just now seeing what everybody's saying about Aaliyah J, and honestly, you guys are bullies. Me personally, I did not really know what Aaliyah J looked like before, but to me, she still looks beautiful. I don't know if it's because of the way that she did her makeup or if the light shined too bright, but y'all are straight up hating on this lady. She still looks good. And on top of that, have y'all ever thought about aging? Do y'all really think that people are gonna still look the same as they were when they were younger? Like, I don't know how old this lady is, and I don't know what she's done or whatever y'all trying to say, but to me, she's still beautiful. Like, she's really pretty.
We are not crazy. NYU has just done a study that showed that depression appears differently in Black women, which is why it is often very hard to catch. And here are some of the symptoms that we exhibit that may not show up in other people. So on top of your regular depression symptoms, Black women, they found, often show things like fatigue, insomnia, decreased libido, and then on top of that, self-blame and self-hate. And that was one of the things when they did a couple controlled studies, they found to be the marked difference is that while most people with depression feel that hopelessness and that loss of motivation, Black women on top of that feel self-blame and self-hate. So not only are you suffering from the depression, but then you have kind of a self-imposed and internalized blaming going on and shaming yourself and being angry with yourself for experiencing the depression, which can make it feel like an even heavier blanket than it already is. And one of the other things I found interesting about the study is that it also reported that depression can show up as irritability in Black women. We know from a previous video that I did and some other research that anxiety can show up that way for us too. And also I found this interesting. They found that Black women with depression exhibited an inability to experience pleasure more than other races of women in the study. And I found that very, very interesting because I'm not here to get up in your business, but I talk to a lot of Black women, and a lot of women are disconnected from their sexuality in the way that they don't feel like they're fully able to experience pleasure in the way they should be. And I find it interesting that this study has linked that to depression. And I also think it's interesting because you probably have heard, as many of us have talking to our girlfriends, women in long-term relationships where, oh, she's always tired, she never wants to sleep with me, and it becomes a relationship issue when that could actually be a symptom of depression. So I love that we're starting to get some backing and some representation in psychological studies, because I do believe that Black women have a different level of need. And maybe it's not a different level of need, we need specific care. And so I am very excited that we're starting to see the psychology industry and field do specific research to support us.
One thing I noticed about me in dealing with my depression, especially as a Black woman, is that it is so hard for me to like get my hair done and keep it done. in the sense that I tend to only keep styles like maybe for a couple weeks at a time, because that style I get during that time, I associate it with that period of my life where I'm not feeling the best mentally. And that kind of goes along with like just my impulsiveness that I have during my depression. I feel like I constantly have to change things around. Like I need new scenery, I need new things to like not seem like, you know, I'm still in the same state over and over again. And it sucks because I just got my hair done 2 weeks ago. And the fact that I already want a change and feel like I need one is so annoying.
People trying to come for Aaliyah J about her weight gain. She literally said in one of her most recent videos that she was taking medication. And the medication, she said, made her weight go up. And she also said that she's a woman, and as you get older, your weight fluctuates, which is so freaking true. So what makes y'all think that she would need people on the internet trying to clown her or tell her what she obviously knows about herself and her body? Like, people act like you have to be perfect your whole entire freaking life. You don't have to be perfect your whole freaking life. Like, people lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. Like, especially being a woman, it's just like 10 times harder because it's just like you get ridiculed for everything. Like, everything. So I feel like people trying to take that moment to try to bring her down when it's just like, do you not know who you're talking to? Like, like, I've been watching her for years. She always been that girl. Even if she gained weight, she's still that girl. So it really does not matter. I think that's why some people are mad and trying to use that as a dig, because they think that that's going to bring her down or change her. No, she's still the same person. So it's just like, I don't like people who try to, like, what would make certain people even just want to type something about somebody's weight? But these same people probably have zero confidence in themselves and just want to pick apart somebody who they don't even, like, know personally. They just know them from the internet. So to me, it's honestly just stupid to be sitting there trying to bring down another woman when that could literally be like you in another year or two. Or like, you don't know what life is going to put. Nobody knows what life is going to give them. So it's just like, especially being a woman, it's already hard enough. So why try to bring another woman down? For what? Like, what is pointing out somebody's body issues or anything gonna do for you? Nothing. So it's just like, people are just dumb, and they're dumb and they're negative and they just want to project. So it's just like, she just gotta keep being herself and don't let these idiots ridicule her. And I saw that she did post today, like, all her posts, that one post that she made talking about, y'all forget I'm mother. And yeah, she is. So stop, like, you haters did nothing.
Okay, I've been seeing videos and pictures of my girl Aaliyah J. Now, y'all better lay off my girl now. Not too much on my girl. Because Aaliyah J was well, let's just say this. Before there was a thing about being an influencer, she was the influencer. Like, I couldn't wait, even though I'm a little older than her, but I couldn't wait to get home and watch videos like, oh, did she post today? And I love her little friend circle. What was his name? Jalen or something like that. Because, you know, I watch her here and there, but not like I used to back in the day, but she's still that girl. But when I say, this is why certain people, women, or anybody become obsessed with surgeries or medications and, you know, things like that to make you feel better, look better, because it's always us who criticize us. You know, she did make a video saying that, you know, she was depressed at one point and she started taking medication for it, you know, seeing a doctor and stuff like that because she had anxiety. And I can understand that, because when you have a lot going on, your own business, you a content creator, influencer, and she is one of the biggest influencers out here. and it's a lot on her plate. It'd be a lot on, they stressed out. Y'all think the celebrities, these big, movie stars and stuff like that be depressed. Imagine a content creator, because you got someone watching you every day and criticize everything that you do. But again, we get older, if you're not into surgery, you just go with the flow, because she is naturally pretty anyway, but you just go with the flow. As we age, we're dying anyway. So our bodies, we're going to gain weight if you're on medication, any type of birth control, you have kids, we're going to gain weight. Even when I had my fourth baby, it was a high risk pregnancy in my 30s, and my doctor was like, okay, we got to put you on these medications, you and the baby, because if we don't, your cervix is opening up, and you're going to have this baby at 23 weeks. And I was hospitalized for like a week or so and stuff like that. Every week I had to go do a stress test for me and the baby, and blah blah blah. But the medication they put me on did change my body, just everything about me, during that pregnancy. But not saying, she didn't have a baby or anything, but as mostly us women do go through so much with our bodies. And like she said, as she, get older, she going to gain weight. Now, she'll get some surgery or something like that because of what people saying about her, just to make, the internet happy or be the, internet savvy. Then that's when everybody going to judge her too. Oh, she went and did this. Let's not be too hard on her. That's natural for a woman to gain weight. As we get older, even guys gain weight. They get their little bird belly. If they not really working on their health and everything else, we all look a little different. But yeah, not too much on my girl. She's still beautiful, and that's life. Sometimes life be lifing.
As a clinician, I've seen a lot of Black women have symptoms of depression show up as back pain, chest pain, and exhaustion. Real gag is when we do go to the doctor explaining that we've been having back pain, chest pain, and all the physical symptoms of depression or anxiety or whatever, because that's how it tends to show up in Black women. The clinician or PCP or whoever is more inclined to treat those symptoms, because oftentimes programs do not teach how these symptoms show up in Black people. We have a lot of misdiagnosis and underdiagnosis going on in our community. And we know that misdiagnosis in our community leads to health inequity, poor quality of life, in some cases, prison, disease, death, etc., which is why we need more culturally competent clinicians.
So someone says Aaliyah J is on medication for depression. She always had a round face. Let's not act like she's not that girl. The fuck? I love her so bad. She's literally who I learned so much from. Seeing how people were overreacting about Aaliyah J's looks is the reason why creators like Jackie Aina sets boundaries. So many nice, nasty girlies wanting to see you fail so they can get key about it. People act as if she hasn't always had a round face. I literally used to follow her makeup techniques because we both had similar face shapes. And one thing about a round face shape, even gaining 5 pounds is notable. And she's taking antidepressants. And she's almost 30 now versus people comparing her to a 21-year-old version of herself. The setting powder failed, true, but she's still one of the OG it girls. So again, I think that people do need to understand that there are some people who are very fit and can look very similar or better than they did when they're younger. But generally, I feel like a lot of women have body changes, whether it's birth or not, or slower metabolism. And oftentimes they can gain weight even if they work out a lot. And it's really insensitive for people to say mean things on the internet, even though I know it's the internet. It's one of the main reasons I don't show my face, even though people often say that I'm pretty and I should show my face. I suffer from mental illness, which I have said a few times in my community tabs. And so I don't know if I could go along or ignore some of the comments people might make about my appearance, especially if I wasn't feeling good. But nonetheless, I do know that people should just be careful what you say, because you can never know. So that's why a lot of times I unplug from the comments, and I seem to be my best when I'm not thinking about what strangers on the internet are saying. I'm going to end with this quote. A return to radical self-love requires our commitment to building shame-free, inclusive communities that uplift one another while honestly addressing body terrorism and all the ways it manifests as oppression based on age, race, gender, size, ability, sexual orientation, mental health status, and all other human attributes. This is from The Body Is Not an Apology. So let me know what y'all think down below, and thank you so much for listening.